Hello, beautiful learners. Hope you're doing great. I am also good by the grace of Almighty. So it's our day 60 of IELTS listening practice test, and in this lesson we are going to practice this test with answers and proper explanation. Okay. So before going to start our class, I just need to check whether you can hear me or not. Then I will start it. Okay. Just give me a few seconds to check it.
Section 1. You will hear a conversation in an international airport between a newly arrived student, Jenny Lee.
Okay, I checked it and I'm sure that you can hear me. So let's move on to start our class. Okay, now let's listen the instruction from the lady as she was giving there. Okay,
Lee and an agent at the lost luggage counter. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 4.
so we have to look at question number 1 to 4 at the first, and you can see we have example 1, sample 1 to look at. Let's read the question at the first. Okay, so what time is it now as Jenny is talking to the agent? Okay, now we have to listen the audio to track the answer. Okay, so let's listen it.
Has been double.
Please?
I think I am.
How can I help you?
I just came in on flight 372 from Singapore at 11:30 and my luggage hasn't arrived. I've been waiting at the baggage claim for about half an hour now and everything seems to have come off the plane. The conveyor belt has stopped and all the passengers have gone. So I came here to find out what has happened to my bag.
The time now is 12 o'clock, so letter C has been circled.
Okay, so she was saying that she arrived at the airport at 11:30, but she was waiting almost 30 minutes. So that means it now 12. Okay, so let's move on to next one. The first question. Okay, let's read it. Okay, so here we can see the question is Jenny's journey begins in blah blah from where? London, Singapore, Hong Kong. Let's highlight keyword for this question and let's listen. Okay, so journey begin in. Okay, let's listen it.
Hopefully to the
Okay, who's next, please?
I think I am.
How can I help you?
I just came in on flight 372 from Singapore at 11:30 and my luggage hasn't arrived. I've been waiting at the baggage claim for about half an hour now and everything seems to have come off the plane. The conveyor belt has stopped and all the passengers have gone. So I came here to find out what has happened to my bag.
Can I see your ticket, please?
Here it is.
So you came from Hong Kong today and changed planes in Singapore, right?
Yes,
So the answer would be Hong Kong. Okay, as the man was saying, so you came from Hong Kong today and changed plane in Singapore. So that means the flight began from Hong Kong. So Hong Kong would be the answer. I hope you got it. So let's listen to once again for them, those you didn't understand it or didn't get it. Okay, let's listen to once more time.
I've been waiting at the baggage claim for about half an hour now and everything seems to have come off the plane. The conveyor belt has stopped and all the passengers have gone. So I came here to find out what has happened to my bag.
Can I see your ticket, please?
Here it is.
So you came from Hong Kong today and changed planes in Singapore, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I hope you got it now. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So before going to next one, we have another instruction to follow. Let's read it. Okay, so we are allowed to write three words for each answer, okay, as it is mentioned here. Now, okay, lost luggage claim form. Okay, so let's look at question number 2, and keyword for question number 2 is address blah blah stay. Okay, let's listen it. Okay,
The connection in Singapore was a tight one. The plane got in late and I had to rush to get to the next flight.
That's the problem right there. There wasn't enough time to get your bags onto the connecting flight. Normally Singapore Airport is very efficient. Now, I need you to fill in these forms. Your name.
Jenny Lee.
Address.
I guess you want my address here. I'm staying with relatives. Just a minute, I'll have to look it up. It looks like 583. No, it's 533 East 67th Street in Riverside.
okay, I hope you got it. As should, oh sorry, it should be 5. Okay, 533 East, oops, E should be A. Okay, East 67th okay Street. So that means the answer would be this, but you can just add also TH 67th 7th Street. Okay, so let's listen to once again.
67. No, it's 53. Looks like 583. No, it's 533 East 67th Street in Riverside.
Okay, I hope you got it. So at the first she was saying it's 58 something like that, but then she was saying no, it's 533 East 67th Street 67th Street. Okay, so that would be the answer. Now let's move on to question number 3. Let's listen it for telephone number. Okay,
Do you have the phone number there?
Yes, I do. It's 93014269.
So you came in on Qantas flight 392.
okay, 4269. Okay, 4269 69. Okay, let's listen once again.
Fine.
Phone number.
In Riverside.
Do you have the phone number there?
Yes, I do. It's 93014269.
Okay, hope you got it. Now let's listen it for question number 4. Connecting form. Okay, flight number. Okay, let's listen it.
So you came in on Qantas flight 392. Do you know the number of the flight out of Hong Kong?
Let me see. I think it was Cathay Pacific 900 or something. Oh yes, it says here CX912.
Hope you got it. Let's listen once again.
900. I think it was Cathay Pacific 900 or something. Oh yes, it says here CX912.
Okay, at the first she was saying it's specific something 900. Okay, but then she was saying it's CX914. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, here we have a picture. Okay, so let's read the question. Which of the drawings resembles Jenny's bag? Let me highlight it. Let me minimize it. Okay, we have to choose one from out of 3. Okay, So let's listen it. Okay. Oops.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 5 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 5 to 10.
Right. Now, I need a description of the luggage. How many pieces did you check in?
Just one.
Can you describe it for me? Here is a picture to help you.
Okay. It's a big bag, like this one. Rectangular. Not hard shell, but soft covered, and it has a zipper around the front.
Is it black?
No.
Okay, so answer should be C. Okay, let me choose C because she was saying it's rectangular. So the option A is not rectangular. Okay, but these two are rectangular. I mean B and C are rectangular, but she was mentioning also that it's not hardcover. So we can see that this is like hard shell and this is not. And she was mentioning also that it has a zipper in front. Okay. Around the front, so we can see here is a zipper around the front. Okay, but this one does not have the zipper in front. Okay, so obviously C would be the answer. Let's listen once again so that you can get it better.
Here is a picture to help you.
Okay. It's a big bag, like this one. Rectangular. Not hard shell, but soft covered, and it has a zipper around the front.
Is it black?
No, sort of.
Okay, I hope you got it. Now let me zoom in it. Okay. Oops. Okay, which extra feature does Jenny identify? Extra feature. Okay, let me highlight it. Okay, let's listen
Of
it.
a grey colour.
Any identification?
Just a tag with my name on it.
Any other features?
Well, it has wheels and a retractable handle on the end, so you can pull it, as well as the handle in the middle.
Okay, so she was saying it has a wheel. Okay, so B would be the answer. Okay, let's listen once again.
Handle on.
Is it black?
No, sort of a grey colour.
Any identification?
Just a tag with my name on it.
Any other features?
Well, it has wheels and a retractable handle on the end, so you can pull it, as well as the handle in the middle.
Okay, hope you got it. Okay, so don't be confused. It's handle, not hand. Okay, don't be confused. So, and she was mentioning that she was saying that there was a tag with her name, so we cannot see anything about related to name or something like that. Okay, but we have wheels. Okay, as she said that. Okay, let's move on. I hope you got it. Let's move on to question number 7. What time should Jenny? Okay, what time should Jenny's bag arrive? What time? Let me highlight it. Bag arrived. Okay, let's listen it.
Okay, that's fine. Now, if your bag missed the connection, I'm sure it'll be put on the next flight. I'll email Singapore as soon as I finish here. The next flight comes in at 17:50. That's 10 to 6 this evening. You can pick it up there.
So 17:50 means 5:50, and also he was mentioning that it's 10 to 6. That means it there is 10 minutes to 6. Okay, so it would be A option. Okay, let's listen once again.
Your bag missed the connection. I'm sure it'll be put on the next flight. I'll email Singapore as soon as I finish here. The next flight comes in at 17:50. That's 10 to 6 this evening.
10 to 6 this evening. So this would be this answer. Okay, so don't be confused. Maybe some people say it, as he was mentioning 6, so it should be B. No, it's if the answer would be B, so he would say like that, it's 10 fast 6, because it's already fast 10 minutes. Okay, but he said that it's 10 to 6. That means it needs another 10 minutes to go 6. Okay, so that means A should be the answer. Now let's move on to question number 8, and here we have another instruction to follow. Let's read it. No more than 2 words. Okay, so we are allowed to write 2 words for each answer. Okay, let me highlight it. Okay, let's read the question. When Jenny picks up the bag, she has to blah blah in person. Okay, she has to blah blah in person. Let's listen it.
You can pick it up then.
10 to 6? That's too long to wait. Can I get my uncle to pick up the bag on his way home from work?
Sorry, you have to be here yourself to clear customs.
To clear customs. Okay, let me put it. Clear customs. Okay, clear customs. Let's listen once again.
From work? To wait. Can I get my uncle to pick up the bag on his way home from work?
Sorry, you have to be here yourself to clear customs.
To clear customs. Okay, I hope you got it. Now let's move on to question number 9. Okay, 9 and 10. We have to listen. We have to answer these 2 in a row. Okay, so let's read the question. Name 2 things that agent advises Jenny to bring. So we need to listen it for 2 things that the agent will say to Jenny to bring when she will come. Okay, let's listen it.
Of course, I almost forgot. Will the bag come here, to this desk?
Yes. You pick it up here, then take it over to the customs area. By the way, don't forget to bring your passport.
Don't forget to bring your passports. Passport is one of them. So let me put it. P-O-R-T, passport. Okay. Let's listen for question number 10.
You will also need to have the key plus your ticket with a baggage claim number on it.
Okay, so here you can write a passport key or something like that, as you're saying, but in the here you have to write baggage claim number. So let me put it. Baggage claim number. Okay, let me check whether okay we are allowed to write 2 words. Okay, but baggage claim number, CL. Baggage claim number. Okay, that would be the answer. Let's listen once again.
You will area.
To this desk?
Yes. You pick it up here, then take it over to the customs area. By the way, don't forget to bring your passport. You will also need to have the key plus your ticket with a baggage claim number on it.
Okay, hope you got it. Now we are done with part 1. Let's move on to part 2. So here's another instruction to follow. Let's read it. No more than 3 words or a number for each answer. Okay, so we are allowed to write 3 words and a number. Okay, so let's read the question. Okay, box office hours. Okay, Monday and Thursday. Maybe we need to listen it for the time. Okay, let's listen it.
Okay, guess I'll have to come back tomorrow then.
Thank you for calling ATS Advanced Ticketing System, the call system for all your entertainment needs. Our automated telephone service is designed to answer your questions quickly and easily. The ATS office in the Regency Theatre is open Monday to Thursdays from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. and on Friday and Saturday.
So Monday to Thursday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So let me put it 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, that would be the answer. Now let's move on to question number 12. Internet address. Okay, let me put it and let me play the audio.
Saturday till 8 p.m. For online bookings and detailed program listings, check our website at www.atstix.com. That's spelled ATSTIX. Please listen to the choices available.
Okay, hope you got it. Let's listen once again.
Spelled .atstix.com. Program listings. Check our website at www.atstix.com. That's spelled ATSTIX.
Okay, hope you got it. Okay, let's move on. Okay, indicate the number 1, 2, 4 to press for information on each of the following. Okay, symphony. Let me highlight it. Let's listen it for question number 13. Okay.
Please listen to the choices available. You may press your choice as soon as you hear it to get more information. For sporting events, including the Western International Tennis Classic, press 1. For the Formula 1 Grand Prix, press 2.
Okay, we just listen the answer for question number 15. Okay, at the first, let me highlight it. It's funny really. So she was saying for the Formula for the Formula 1 guard picks, press 2. So we need to put here 2. Okay, so the answer would be 2 for question number 15. Okay, so let's listen the answer for question number 13 and 14. I don't know which one would say she would say the first. Okay, let's listen it.
For classical music, including the upcoming Philharmonic Orchestra series, press 3. For theatre and...
Okay, so she was saying for classical music, including upcoming Philharmonic or Philharmonic or Orchestra. Okay, so for press 3. So 3 would be the answer for question number 13. Let me put here 3. Let's listen it once again.
For classical music, including the upcoming Philharmonic Orchestra series, press 3.
Okay, hope you got it. Okay, now I think we'll listen it for question number 14. Okay, classical ballet.
For theatre and dance, press 4.
So for theater and dance, press 4. So classical battle means it's related to theater and theater, okay, and dance. So I just need to put here 4. Okay, let's listen to once again.
Dance, press 3. For theatre and dance, press 4.
Okay, so theater and dance are related to classical ballet. Okay, that means the answer would be 4. Okay, as she was saying. Now let's move on to question number 16. Okay, dates. Let me highlight it. Formula 1 Grand Prix tickets. Okay, let's listen it for question number 16.
Now, as the message continues, answer questions 16 to 20.
Ticket prices for the Formula 1 Grand Prix on the 10th until the 14th of March.
Okay, 10th until 14th of March. So the answer we should write here 10th to, okay, let me put it 10th, 10th to 14th March. Okay, okay, let's check where we're allowed to write toward a number, but they didn't mention here anything else. So date would be 10th to 14th. Okay, or you can just add March. Okay, let me put it CH March. Okay, oops, still error, March. Okay, now let's move on to question number 17. Saturday concession rate. Okay, let's listen it.
Are as follows. General admission. Thursday, $27. Concession, $10. Friday, $37. Concession, $15. Saturday, $55. Concession, $35.
Concession $35. Okay, 35 dollars. Okay, let me type $sign. Okay, $35. Let's listen once again.
$37. Concession.
Don't be confused, just we are listening for Saturday concession. Okay, let's listen it.
$10. Friday, $37. Concession, $15. Saturday, $55. Concession, $35.
Okay, hope you got it. Now let's move on question number question number 18. Okay, grandstand ticket 4 days, blah blah. Let's listen it.
Sunday, $70. Concession, $65. Concession rates apply to children under 14 and to students, seniors and pensioners on presentation of a valid card. Grandstand seating. 4-day tickets covering the 6 main grandstands cost $299.
$299. Let me put it $299. Let me put $sign. Okay, let's listen to once again.
Main grandstand seating. 4-day tickets covering the 6 main grandstands cost $299.
Okay, hope you got it. Let's move on to question number 19. Okay, gate opening time Saturday and gate opening time Saturday and Sunday. Let's listen it.
However, pit straight tickets are $350 and seats at the chicane cost $450 each. Children under 3 are admitted free to the general admissions area, and children under 14 are eligible for concession prices. Gates open at 8 a.m. Thursday and Friday, and 7:30 Saturday and Sunday.
7:30 Saturday and Sunday. Let me put it. 7:30. Okay. 7:30 a.m. Okay, let's listen to once again.
And Friday, gates open at 8 a.m. Thursday and Friday, and 7:30 Saturday and Sunday. Events begin.
So Saturday and Sunday it's open at 7:30. Okay, so that means the answer will be 7:30. I hope you got it. Now let's listen it for question number 20. Booking fee per ticket. Okay, let's listen it.
Begin at 9 o'clock. Alcohol, ice boxes, cans, bottles and animals are not allowed on site. There are no refunds or exchanges. On each ticket, a $2.50 booking fee applies.
$2.50 dollars. Okay, that means $2.50. Okay, let me put dollar sign here. Okay, so it will be 2.50 cents. Okay. Okay, that's all about part 2. Let's move on to part 3. Okay, so here we have, okay, let's listen it. Let's read it. Match the three speakers 21 to 23 with the background information below A to G. Okay, we can see here three name of three guys. Okay, and here we have some options. Okay, so we just need to relate this option with this name. Okay, so let's listen it.
Now listen carefully to the first part of the discussion and answer questions 21 to 24.
Thanks for coming to this meeting on such short notice, Anna and Veronica. It looks like we have just become the organising committee for this year's International Film Festival. We've all just met, so perhaps we should start by an introduction with a bit of background from each of us.
Okay, I'm Anna. I finished 3 years of a languages degree in Sweden, where I come from. This year I decided to study overseas to get to know a different part of the world. I'm also a big fan of European cinema, especially French and Italian. Those are the languages I majored in along with English. To me, film is a great way to learn about the rest of the world. I was in the film club at my university.
So she was saying she was in the film club at her university. So let's see if there is any option related to this. Okay, has film club experience. That means G would be the answer. Okay, let me choose option G. Okay, background information. Okay, I should highlight this one so it will be easy to get the answer. Okay, let's listen it for question number 22. Okay, let me highlight. Let's listen.
So when I saw the notice asking for volunteers, I thought it would be a good way.
I think I should play this once again so that you can understand it. Okay,
Age language of overseas to get to know a different part of the world. I'm also a big fan of European cinema, especially French and Italian. Those are the languages I majored in along with English. To me, film is a great way to learn about the rest of the world. I was in the film club at my university, so when I saw the notice asking for volunteers...
Film club, okay, she mentioned, so she has film club experience. Okay, so that means the answer would be option C. Okay, let's listen for question number 22. Okay,
I thought it would be a good way to meet people and get involved in something I really enjoy.
Thanks, Anna. My name is Veronica and I come from Italy. I'm doing graduate studies in English literature. I went to some of the films in the festival last year and enjoyed them. I especially liked the video interviews. That was when I decided to get involved. I used to do film reviews for our student newspaper back home.
So she was saying, I used to do film reviews for our student newspaper back then, back home. So that means option A would be the answer because it's related to her words. Okay, has done film reviews. Okay, let me put here option A. Okay, let's listen to once again.
In literature, I went to some of the films in the festival last year and enjoyed them. I especially liked the video interviews. That was when I decided to get involved. I used to do film reviews for our student newspaper back home.
Reviews.
Hi, I'm Chris from Scotland.
Reviews or new film newspaper. Okay, so that means the option A will be the answer. Let's listen for question number 23. Chris.
And I'm in fourth year.
Back home.
Hi, I'm Chris from Scotland and I'm in fourth year journalism. Cinema is my hobby. Last year I joined the organising committee just like you have now, and somehow this year I've ended up in charge. I'm actually able to use my coordinating work on the festival towards a credit for one of my courses. I have to write up a report on the festival with recommendations, so that's an extra motivation for me.
Okay, so he was saying, I actually able to use my coordinating work on the festival towards a credit for one of my course. Okay, so let's see, is there any option related to her words? Okay, currently in third year or not, getting course credit for festivals project. Okay, so festivals project, that means the answer would be option C. Let me choose option C and let's listen to once again. Okay,
report on the festival ended up in charge. Committee just like you have now, and somehow this year I've ended up in charge. I'm actually able to use my coordinating work on the festival towards a credit for one of my courses. I have to write up a report on the festival with recommendations, so that's an extra.
Okay, hope you got it. Now let's move on to question number 24. Let's read the question. Let me zoom out it. Okay, sorry, zoom in it. Okay, the total number of film in the festival each year is the total number of film. Let's listen it.
Extra motivation for me. So I hope this is going to be a good experience for us all. Okay, where would you like to start?
How about a general overview of the festival? I don't really know much about it.
Well, the film festival was started by International Student Society 5 years ago and has grown every year. It is held over 4 nights during study break, Wednesday to Saturday. Normally we show 3 films a night. Last year we tried to choose films from different parts of the world that fit together in some way, maybe a similar theme. Or we could feature a type of film like action films.
Okay, I didn't get the answer. Let's listen once again.
Similar by for I have to work on the festival. I've ended up in charge. I'm ready, just like you have now, and somehow this year I've ended up in charge. I'm actually able to use my coordinating work on the festival towards a credit for one of my courses. I have to write up a report on the festival with recommendations, so that's an extra motivation for me. So I hope this is going to be a good experience for us all. Okay, where would you like to start?
How about a general overview of the festival? I don't really know much about it.
Well, the film festival was started by International Student Society 5 years ago and has grown every year. It is held over 4 nights during study break, Wednesday to Saturday. Normally we show 3 films a night. Last year we
3 films a night, and she was mentioning the 4 night, that means 12. So the answer would be 12. It's really critical to get the answer. Let's listen to once again.
Where's groom? That's an extra motivation for me. So I hope this is going to be a good experience for us all. Okay, where would you like to start?
How about a general overview of the festival? I don't really know much about it.
Well, the film festival was started by International Student Society 5 years ago and has grown every year. It is held over 4 nights during study break, Wednesday to Saturday. Normally we show 3 films a night. Last year
So 4 night, but she was saying normally we show 3 films a night. That means that, and there is 4 night and 3 films each night. So that means 4 into 4 times 3 means 12. So 12 would be the answer. I hope you got it. Okay, let's move on. If you don't get the answer, or if you still in confusion, I will suggest you to pause the video and you can listen it once again. Okay, I hope then you will understand it. Okay, time is up. I need to okay, now we was here. Oops, it's not working.
Now listen to the rest of the discussion.
Okay, let's read the question for question number 25. Okay, who choose the films for the festival? Okay, let me highlight it and let's listen it.
Now listen to the rest of the discussion and answer questions 25 to 30.
Who picks the films?
It's up to us on the committee to decide.
So option A would be the answer. Okay, so the lady was asking who picks the film, and the man was playing. It's up to us on the committee. Okay, so that means the answer would be option A. Let's listen to once again.
Who picks the films?
It's up to us on the committee to decide.
Okay, so A would be the answer. Okay, let's listen it for question number 26. During the intermission, who is interviewed on camera? Who is interviewed on camera? Let me highlight it and let's play the audio.
You mean we get to pick all the films ourselves? What a hard decision. There are so many to choose from.
Well, that's the fun part. We have this catalogue of independent distributors. The films are listed by language and have a short summary. We just have to go through it to find a good combination of films that will attract an audience.
Veronica mentioned something about interviews. How does that fit in?
We set up cameras in the foyer of the theatre and did live interviews before, during intermission and after the screening. Anyone from the audience could come up and talk about the film.
So member of audience would be the answer. Okay, let's listen once again.
Out of the theatre.
How does that fit in?
We set up cameras in the foyer of the theatre and did live interviews before, during intermission and after the screening. Anyone from the audience could come up and talk about the film.
Okay, so he was saying anyone from the audience could come up and talk about the film. So that means audience. Okay, so here we can see audience is visible in option 2, I mean option B. So that means B would be the answer. Okay, hope you got it. Now let's move on to question number 27. Of the films shown in the festival, okay, of the films shown in the festival, something, okay, none is in English, most are dubbed, many have subtitles. Okay, let's listen it.
The Broadcasting and Journalism School set it up and ran the interviews. They were shown on big screens around the lobby and in the theatre. It went over really well. We had a long lineup of students waiting to be interviewed on TV. Everybody wanted their minute of fame.
Great idea.
Yeah, it worked really well. We should certainly do something similar again.
Maybe even develop the idea further, like a website with audience reviews and discussion, so we can get as much participation and involvement as possible.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Can I ask a question? None of the films are in English, right? Are they dubbed or subtitled?
Well, we do occasionally choose a film in English, but only from unusual places where the dialect is so strong they sometimes need subtitles, like the Caribbean or even Scotland. The majority of films in the festival are foreign language, dubbed in English.
The majority. So the majority of you're saying the majority of the films in the festivals are foreign language, dubbed in English. So dubbed, B would be the answer. Okay, don't be confused. Let's listen once again.
Sometimes need subtitles, like the Caribbean or even Scotland. The majority of films in the festival are foreign language, dubbed in English.
So majority and most are the similar word. Okay, you don't be confused. So you have to know that majority and most are the what should I say? They have a good connection with each other. Okay, so you have to understand it. Then I hope you will be able to understand this question. Okay, let's move on to next. Okay, the festival did not make a profit last year because blah blah. Did not make profit because of blah blah. Let's listen it.
We've learned from experience that students don't like reading subtitles. Maybe they read too much already. Whatever the reason, the subtitled films get smaller audiences, so we avoid them as much as possible.
So how large an audience can we expect, and how much does it cost to get in?
It costs $5 per film, or a $20 pass for the whole event. All 12 films for the real movie fan. We would have broken even last year, except for a bad storm on the Friday night.
Okay, bad storm, that means it's related to poor weather. Okay, so A would be the answer, because he was saying we would have broken even last year, except for a bad storm on the Friday. Okay, Friday night. So that let's listen to once again.
We broke for the whole event. All cost $5 per film, or a $20 pass for the whole event. All 12 films for the real movie fan. We would have broken even last year, except for a bad storm on the Friday night. We almost had to cancel.
So bad storm means there was a poor weather. Okay, I hope you got it. And did not make profit. That did not profit means a broken. Okay, hope you got it. Let's move on to question number 29. Okay, no more than 3 words. Okay, so we are allowed to write 3 words. Let me highlight it. Okay, International Film Festival planning overview. Let me, okay, task to be complete by March 15 March and 31st March. Okay, let's listen it for question number 29.
So the whole thing. But overall, we had a good turnout. More than 2,000 people in 4 days.
Oh, that's what I was wondering about. The financial part. Where does the funding come from? What kind of budget do we have?
The festival is subsidised by the Student Council. We generate money through advertising and through admission charges. We'll go over the budget in details a little later, but we've got lots of work to do in the meantime.
I guess we have to start pretty soon.
Well, I think by the 1st of March at the latest. We need to select all the films. Then we have to find some advertisers to sponsor.
So he was saying, well, by the 1st March, at the latest, we need to select the film. So select the film will be the answer. Let me put it. Select film. Okay. Let's listen it for question number 30. 31st March. Okay, let me highlight it.
So the event. That shouldn't be too hard. We'll just start with last year's list. Our deadline for that should be the middle of March. By the end of March, we need to design the program. Then we can...
By the end of the March, we need to design the program. So design the program, or design program would be the answer. Let me put it design program. Okay. Would be the answer. Let's listen to once again.
Of March. We'll just start with last year's list. Our deadline for that should be the middle of March. By the end of March, we need to design the program. Then we can get posters made up and
Okay, hope you got it. Let's move on. Okay, we're done with part 3, and now we're going to move on. Question number 30 to 34. Okay, let's listen it for question number 30. 1 to 34. Before that, we have another instruction. Let's read it. No more than one word. Okay, so we are allowed to one word only for. Okay, and let's read the question. Okay, rectangular hole 1 meter deep, lined with. Okay, lined with. Let me highlight it and let's listen it.
Now listen carefully to the first part of the talk and answer questions 31 to 34.
Thank you for inviting me to speak to you today about what is now called the reed bed sewage treatment system. This system uses naturally occurring reeds to treat domestic and industrial waste. It's an environmentally friendly alternative to normal systems. You all know what reeds are like, don't you? Those tall plants with hollow stems that grow in wet places, like marshes, for example. Here's how the system works. First of all, an artificial marsh is created. To do this, holes are dug about 1 metre deep and usually rectangular in shape. They are then lined with clay or plastic, and the
Okay, lined with clay or plastic. So clay or plastic, both are the you can put one of them. So I'm going to put clay. Okay, C-L-A-Y, clay, or you can just write plastic. Both are correct. Okay, let's listen it once again.
To do this, holes are dug about 1 metre deep and usually rectangular in shape. They are then lined with clay or plastic, and the liner is covered.
Okay, hope you got it. Let's move on. Okay, blah blah, planted in bed. Let me play the audio.
But with gravel. After that, a system of tubing is laid, with holes in it, and more gravel is added to cover that. Finally, reeds are planted in the bed.
Okay, finally, reeds are planted in the bed. So reeds would be the answer. Let me put it. Reeds. Okay, let's listen to once again.
Gravel is added. After that, a system of tubing is laid, with holes in it, and more gravel is added to cover that. Finally, reeds are planted in the bed.
Okay, hope you got it. No, let's move on. Process. Okay, flows blah blah from tank into reed bed. Okay, let's listen it.
The sewage is brought to settling tanks. From there, it is distributed to the roots of the reeds through the tubing. Note that the waste material enters the beds underground and remains underground.
Okay, so underground would be the answer. Let me put it. Underground. Ground. Let's listen once again.
The sewage is brought to settling tanks. From there, it is distributed to the roots of the reeds through the tubing. Note that the waste material enters the beds underground and remains.
So she was saying, note that the waste material enters the beds underground and remains. Okay, so that means underground would be the answer. Let's move on. Okay, water is blah blah, then released. Let's listen it.
Underground. The reeds conduct oxygen very efficiently through their stems to the roots system. Here, bacteria work to reduce the waste material to basic elements. What comes out of the artificial marsh is water that has been cleaned through a natural process. The purified water leaves the reed bed through a simple outflow pipe. The water that comes out has to be tested. Sometimes it's held in a pond until it evaporates or
Tested. Done. So let's listen it once again.
has to be pull outflow pipe. The water that comes out has to be tested. Sometimes it's held in a pond until it evaporates or soaks into the ground.
Okay, hope you got it. Now let's move on. Okay, let's read the instruction. 3 words. Okay, we are allowed to write 3 words. Okay, environmental benefits of reed beds. Okay, produce good quality blah blah for farming use. Let's listen it.
Sometimes, after testing, the water is discharged directly into streams and rivers.
Before the talk continues, with questions from the students, you have some time to look at questions 35 to 40. Now, as the talk continues, answer questions 35 to 40.
The reed bed system originated in Germany in the 1970s, and installations have been built in a number of countries throughout the world. To give you an idea of the size and appearance of a reed bed installation, an area of 3 by 5 metres approximately would be adequate for a single house. It would look like a pond overgrown with reeds. There are cities with 150,000 people in Germany whose entire sewage treatment requirements are served by reed bed installations which extend for 10 to 20 hectares. There are 2 wonderful environmental advantages. First of all, reed bed systems are natural composters. As time passes, high-grade soil builds up in the beds. The soil can
High-grade soil, and that means good quality soil. So that means soil will be done. So let me put it. Soil will be done, sir. Let's listen to once again.
time passes, reed bed systems are natural composters. As time passes, high-grade soil builds up in the beds.
High-grade soil, and that means good quality soil. Okay, hope you got it. Let's move on. Produce blah blah for birds and animals. Okay,
The soil can be removed and used for agricultural purposes. Soil produced from waste containing heavy metals would of course have to be tested and the toxic material removed by chemical processes. An additional advantage is that the reed bed can function exactly as a marsh, providing a healthy natural home or habitat for waterfowl and other birds, insects.
okay, so a healthy natural home or habitat. That means so home, you can just write healthy healthy home. Okay, healthy home or healthy habitat, both are correct. Now let's move on to question number 37. Lower blah blah costs. Let's listen it.
Reptiles and mammals. But there are practical advantages to a reed bed system over existing sewage treatment plants as well. At all levels, the cost is lower than for normal systems. Labour costs are a fraction of the costs of a conventional system.
Labor cost. Okay, let me put it. B O U R C O A S T cost. Okay. Sorry. Costs. Okay. Let's listen once again.
As well. At all levels, the cost is lower than for normal systems. Labour costs are a fraction of the costs of a conventional system.
Okay, labor costs are a fraction of the cost of conversional system. Okay, let's move on. Let's listen it for question number 38. Efficiency, blah blah, with time. Let's listen it.
Typically, a large-scale reed bed installation will cost 10% less than a mechanical system. They require little maintenance, and unlike mechanical systems, the efficiency of reed beds increases over time.
Increases over time means increases with time. Okay, so increases with the answer. Let me put it. Oops, it's not working. In C-O-A-S increases. Okay, let's listen to once again.
Less than a mechanical system. They require little maintenance, and unlike mechanical systems, the efficiency of reed beds increases over time.
Hope you got it. Now let's move on to question number 39 to 40. Okay, here's another instruction to follow. No more than one word, so we are allowed to just write one word. Okay, name one group which has opposed the introduction of reed beds technology. So we just need to name one group. Okay, let me highlight it and let's listen it.
But before we go any further, you must have some questions. Maybe this sounds too good to be true.
That's exactly what I wanted to ask. If these systems have so many benefits, why aren't they more popular? Why don't we see them everywhere?
As I said, the technology is now almost 40 years old. Demonstration projects of all types have been built and monitored and are slowly convincing regulators of the advantages of the system. But you have to understand that regulating authorities are by nature conservative and resist change. Typically, there's a lot of opposition to these systems by manufacturers and by everyone involved in maintaining the conventional systems. Reed bed systems require fewer staff to operate, so there would be a decline in the workforce. Therefore, unions would resist the change as well.
What happened?
Okay, so the answer would be both union and unions, or you can write manufacturers. So I'm going to write union only. Unions. Okay, unions. Let's listen to once again.
Conservative and resist change. Typically, there's a lot of opposition to these systems by manufacturers and by everyone involved in maintaining the conventional systems. Reed bed systems require fewer staff to operate, so there would be a decline in the workforce. Therefore, unions would resist the change as well.
Okay, hope you got it. Now let's move on to question number 40 and the last one. Give one concern about reed bed systems raised by student in the question period. Okay, one concern about reed bed system raised by student. Okay, let's listen it.
What happens to reed beds in winter? Does the efficiency decrease?
The above-ground part of the plants die back in cold weather, but the roots remain alive and active, and the system continues to work just as effectively in winter. As soon as the weather warms up, new reeds appear and grow quickly.
Is there a problem with mosquitoes in these ponds?
Well, they're not exactly ponds.
So he was asking for winter and mosquito. So winter or mosquito, both can be the answer. So we can just write winter. Let me put winter. winter, okay, or you can just write mosquito, okay. So I hope we are done, but before going to submit it, I need to re-click each answer once again, as we are out of time. Just give me a few seconds to re-click each answer once again, then I will show you how much we obtained today. Okay, okay, I'm done. Let's submit it and check how much we obtained. Oops, we got 8 out of 9. Maybe we got mistake somewhere. Let's see them. Okay, no mistake. So okay, here is a mistake. Baggage claim number, baggage, oh okay, I got it. We need to put a space between baggage and claim, okay. So I don't think it's a mistake. Okay, let's move on. Select films, and we put it select film, okay. So I don't think it's a big mistake, but we should be aware about this, okay. So I think this answer is correct, okay, but we have to careful whether it's plural or singular, okay. Just be careful, but the answer is correct, I think. Okay, healthy, oops, healthy home, healthy home. No, I don't think it's correct. I don't think it's wrong. I think it's obviously right. Healthy is here, you can say, and home and happy, so it's not, I don't think it's a mistake. It's correct, okay. Labor costs, okay. So we don't need to write costs here, maybe it was we was allowed to write one word only, that's why this is a mistake, okay. It can, it's not, I don't think it's a wrong answer, but it's a mistake, okay. But you have to be careful whether you are allowed to write one word or more than one word, okay. Just be careful. Okay, I hope you got it and you enjoyed this lesson. So if you still have a confusion, I will suggest you to rewatch this lesson again, and I hope you will be able to understand every questions, okay. So I will see you in the next class. Bye.